100 wild, 100 ball, 100 sip koi. I need a dance, and it's not choose. I'ma spend that on my boyfriend. And wow, bend them over, slap the ass. I go, bend them over, slap the ass. I go, bend them over, slap the ass. Press 1 for butt fun. Press 2 if you wanna follow through. Press 3 if you're gay. Press 4 for a three-way. Let's think about who? Let's think about what? Let's think about sluts. Do they know they're sluts? Let's find out. A disclaimer. You're a bitch, and you should feel like a bitch. Bake cookies and wank on 'em. Give the icing. So sticky. You should fuck men again and again. Even on a day, even on a bad day. I go bend them over, slap the ass. I go bend them over, slap the ass. I go bend them over, slap the ass.
I make all my songs live on Twitch. You can check that out in the link down below.
Hi, welcome. Can you hear me okay? Good to see it. It's been a little while. Sorry I've been away. Thank you so much for waiting. I appreciate it. I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Bitch, I have been kind of busy. Kind of busy this week, but I'm so glad I could make time for the Saturday stream. It's my favorite stream of the week, and it's always good to see you. Yeah. Good to see some familiar faces. Mentacore, thank you so much. I appreciate the 73 month. It's so cool you're still here. Be honest with me, sweetheart. Has the stream changed at all since you first arrived? You know, what do you remember? What was your earliest stream? I don't have, my memory doesn't go that far back, if I'm quite honest with you. I don't even know what I was doing 73 months ago. I don't even know what I was doing this morning. Asriel, thank you so much for the tier 2. Absolute legend. And Mert, thanks for the gifties. I appreciate it. And Tori, thanks for the 37-month hun. Chris, thank you. Mert, thanks again. You're all amazing. I appreciate the warm welcome. You were waking up? What do you mean I was waking up? What does that mean? Lunchathulu? That's such a great name. Thanks for the prime. I appreciate it, hun. Dealt these cards. Thank you. You came back from the dead? Live after death, one might say. Huh? Can you guys make sense? I haven't had enough coffee for this. Dealt these cards, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thor Hawken, thank you. Ooh. Well, I'm guessing Mentacore does not remember, because he's not saying nothing. You're still alive, basically? Basically, yeah. Yeah-ish, yeah. It's been a week, though. It's been a serious week. Greasy Thug, thanks for the 57 month. I appreciate it. No, wait, it was a 69! Holy shit, I'm so glad. I saw that. Thank you. Nice. Very, very nice. Woo. Wow. I've never seen so many of you do that all at once. That was fun. I quite like it. Maybe I should loosen the bots a little. Let you spam. I mean, I guess spam means a lot less these days when you really think about it. Honestly. Because I got chit chat, so it's not going to stop me answering anyone in specific anymore. DJ Goddess, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it, hun. What? Let us spam, please. Mods, should we have a talk about getting that done? Please don't let me forget, because I've been thinking it for a while. Maybe we could do some tweaking here and there, you know? So that people can just, like, spam emotes. I don't think that should be a problem. People like spamming emotes. Just a guy called Luke. Thank you so much. Do you like tits? I'll have some spam and eggs. Oh my god. The more I learn about processed meat, the more I'm amazed our species continues, honestly. The amount of parasites, the amount of, like, weird shit. Oh my god. I swear I saw a video of a lady who bit into a chicken wing and loads of pus exploded into her mouth and all over her table because there was an abscess at the joint of the bone. And, like, she was in tears. Like, her whole face was red and puffy. And she, like, made a TikTok video about it. And she was like, oh my god, this just happened to me. Look at all these globs of pus everywhere. Like, some of it was cooked pus. And she was like, it was just all in my mouth. It was everywhere. And this poor chicken, you know, had this massive abscess its entire life. Nobody noticed. Got through all of the checks. All of the meat checks, too. Got to this point. Got to the point where I got pus in my mouth. And I was like, yeah, that's just white blood cells and stuff. Like... You didn't expect an animal to have, like, blood and white blood cells and stuff in them? I mean, come on. A real predator wouldn't give a shit. Like, a real lion or, like, a real raccoon or something would eat it, abscess and all. Would be like, extra sauce. You know? Rain, oh my god, Rain, thank you so much for the 80 gift subs. I'm glad I noticed that. And Son of Asgard, thank you so much as well, sweetheart, for last night's mating. What a name. What a name. Thanks for the prime, but oh my god, Rain. Thanks for the generosity, sweetheart. I really appreciate you. I take it there are other stories of processed meat as well. Yeah, more than you could ever say. But basically, like, I don't particularly want worms eating my brain, so... I think, like, even if it weren't for the, you know, extra... The delightful little extras, I wouldn't be eating it anyway. Worms eating brain? Yeah, you can Google pork worms in the brain if you like. If you're curious about that. I won't disturb chat about it again, but if you Google brain pork worms, you'll get plenty of images of what I'm talking about. Basically, meat can turn your brain into Swiss cheese. It can be all holy-like. And loads of people have that in their brains right now, but don't even know about it because it goes relatively undiagnosed unless it becomes a serious issue, so... And then there was that guy. He reviews food, and he was biting into some sushi. And someone slowed down the video and saw like a worm, like a parasitic like fish worm, wiggling as he put it in his mouth. And so people were playing that over and over again, and it got the place investigated. And the place that produced the sushi was like, that's just a piece of this and that. It's not, no, guys, no, it's fine. Don't make a fuss out of this. It's not a worm. 3 days later, their entire place got shut down. And I don't think it reopened. So they had some sort of health and safety inspection as a result of that guy doing a food review in his car. Yeah, parasites indeed. We're just worms with arms and legs. I feel that, to be fair. You know what? Real. Very real. Wait, just sushi or all meat causes hole in the brain? Mitochondria gene, go and do your own research. I was talking about pork worms when I was talking about like worms that can like eat your brain. But there are loads of parasites that you can get from meat and things. Parasites that do all sorts of things to your body. I'm terrified of tapeworms. I kind of feel like of all the parasites to have, I feel like there are worse. I'm not saying I want one. I'm not exactly going to put like a welcome mat outside my digestive system for tapeworms, but like I still feel like there's a problem there, that like I still feel like there's a lot of other ones that are creepier and scarier. E. coli, particularly harmful strains of E. coli, can contaminate leafy greens like lettuce, spinach, and salad mixes. Yeah, but E. coli comes from shit, and leaves don't shit, my dude. The reason why the contaminant can be in leafy greens like spinach and stuff like that is because the packaging is moist. You know, when you go to the store and you buy spinach, you typically buy it like ripped up and then put in a bag. And that vacuum sealed bag tends to develop moisture on its surface, right? Which is a great breeding ground for E. coli. So when shit gets put on your veggies, it's more likely to have a good breeding ground in a package that leafy greens are in. It doesn't mean that leafy greens can give you E. coli. It means that the people handling the leafy greens in the factory can give you E. coli. Or the manure that people might spread on certain vegetables, if it isn't washed off properly, can give you E. coli. But basically that's an animal agriculture thing too, strangely enough. Either animal agriculture or human. Like you're either getting E. coli from some guy at the factory who didn't wash his hands after wiping his ass, or you're getting it from like the contaminants from the fertilizers and stuff. So that's not the same. Like if I grew some spinach at home in a pot, I'm not gonna give myself E. coli after it from it unless I specifically wipe my ass with it first, you know? So I don't know. Like I think it's kind of a bit misleading to say that E. coli, you can get E. coli from leafy greens, because that's not actually true. You're not getting it from the greens. You put me off unprocessed food? No, don't. People take this in the stupidest of ways, honestly. That doesn't mean you shouldn't. I think you're just making excuses to live off pot noodles. I don't think that's a me problem. I think that's just a you bias, honestly. Because, like, I don't know. If I said to you, I don't know, living in a city, there's air pollution, and you're like, why even breathe air? You've put me off breathing altogether. You know what? I quit. You know? That's how reasonable you sound right now. Come on. Stop making us aware. Why? It's great. I'm pretty aware and I'm still whole and sane and happy and functional and grown up and mature, I swear. Like it works. Like being aware is great. Did you do anything fun this week? No. I had life chaos to deal with. Wish I could get into it, but I really, really can't. The human stomach can handle a significant amount of bacteria due to its highly acidic environment, which, along with other proactive mechanisms, inhibits the growth and survival of microorganisms. Yeah, this is true. But there are still things like you probably shouldn't risk getting salmonella or E. coli poisoning because we're not as acidic as many other species. So we can't handle and we can't as easily deal with as many, what's the word? Parasites as other species can. And also, other species get these parasites and just have horrible health and they can't do anything about it. That's also a thing. Like anyone who's seen those videos of dunking what they called praying mantises under the water, you seen that? Where people get a cup of water and they dunk the ass end, not the head end, the ass end of a praying mantis into the water, and loads of like really wiggly parasites come squiggling out of their asshole. You seen that? So, like, that's an example of a predator that gets a parasite that isn't good for them at all, but there's just nothing they can do about it. Like, in nature, there are plenty of diseases and plenty of parasites that happen to animals that eat other animals all of the fucking time. And we are one of those animals who is prey. We are prey to parasites. They invade us. They invade our skin, our bowels, our organs, our brains, our faces. Like, there are so many organisms living on your eyelashes and in the pores of your skin on your face right now. Little tiny bugs and shit. Like, you've got things living all over the place. And some of them are very, very bad for you. And some of them are just, like, completely indifferent and good for you even and fine. So, like, I would say, like, saying, yeah, but we have stomach acids and stuff, and we're acidic. And it's like, yeah, but we're not acidic enough to erase all of the creatures that can make us their home. I mean, there's a little parasite that will wiggle up your noodle if you pee in the water, and it will lodge itself into your penis. Terrifying stuff. Try being too acidic for that bastard. It ain't gonna work. I love you, you slut. I'm doing a power cleanse ATM. Baz Wilder, I'm going to ask, like, did you check, are you careful when doing a parasite cleanse? Because I know a lot of people do it and then they don't trust a doctor when a doctor says that parasite cleanses are kind of a con, but they will trust some random person on Facebook who's sending you a bunch of laxatives, unregulated laxatives, in the post, who has no degree or qualifications whatsoever. So, like, how do you verify whether your parasite cleanse is good for you, proven to work, safe, and actually effective? Because the only way you would really do that is with studies, right? But I've been interested in parasite cleanses and then not found any research to back up that they're actually a real thing. Big success, Gina and DeMarcus. Thank you both so much. I appreciate it. You believe in science and research? Omega lol. Well, kind of more than I do in my own emotional bias and investment. I don't just like choose what to believe emotionally, which is the alternative, right? So if people spend a lot of time making a study or making a experiment, you don't have to believe them or trust them. You can conduct the experiment yourself to a degree, right? They give you the recipe of how they found the answer, and if you don't believe their answer, you can use the recipe yourself. Kind of like when you bake bread, and it's like, if you don't trust the store-bought bread, you can just read the ingredient list, Google a recipe, and make the bread at home yourself. So you know bread is real. You know bread is like generally a wheat-based product. You know how it's made, and you can prove it to yourself because you can make it at home. Okay, bread is a real thing. Bread is you can make wheat into bread. That is true. We know it's true because we can do it ourselves. We don't have to believe someone that that's how the bread was made. A unicorn could have shat bread for all we know. And the way I see people who don't trust science is that they see the recipe and they go, "No, you're lying to me." And then the baker's like, "Well, you can go home and make bread yourself if you don't believe me." And they're like, "No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to choose to believe that a giant unicorn shits the bread." And it's like, "Well, you don't have to believe that the giant unicorn shit the bread. That would be really unsanitary, actually, right? You can just literally read the ingredient list, and it's like, anyone could have wrote that ingredient list. You could want me to believe anything. But I personally want to believe it came from a unicorn's ass." And they're like, "Well, you could make it yourself. Look, I have some flour." And they're like, no, I don't trust you and I don't trust experts. Okay? I don't trust science. Okay? I trust the unicorn shit. I trust the giant unicorn asshole in the sky to provide me with my daily bread. And that's how people who are like, "You trust scientists?" sound like to me. It's deranged. Because nobody trusts scientists. You don't have to trust anything to believe in science. It is not a trust-based system. It's not a "trust me, bro." That's not the source of any at the end of these papers. Okay? Sure, scientists have never lied for a payday, but that's the thing. There's a difference between believing every single thing that's presented as science and believing science, okay? Just because you can't tell the difference between a paid study, because, like, all it takes to know the difference is to go, who funded the research? And if, like, I don't know, the ice cream industry has paid for a specific study, and that study just so happens to say that ice cream cures diabetes and is really good for you and makes you 70% more attractive with blonde white females in America, right? You might have reason to be suspicious of that study. That's not a matter of trusting scientists. That's a matter of spotting biases, okay? And for people who can tell the difference, we don't have that problem. We don't have a problem with all of science. We can just check who funded research before we believe in it. Okay? So, like, whether or not you, like, bias, that does not change anything, okay? For example, if I tell you that a pool is safe because I swam in it yesterday, and the pool is cleaned by the council, and it is a clean, safe pool to swim in, you can go, oh, you just trust pools? Someone poisoned a pool once. I'm like, I'm sure somebody has, but this particular pool is identifiably safe. I mean, look, there's already kids swimming in it. I don't think anyone's put any poison in it. Nobody's dead. And it's like, that is the difference, okay? And some people were never taught the difference. They are very, very vulnerable. Like lost little kids in the world because they're like, I don't know what's true and what's not and what to believe and meh. And what they do, rather than find out how to discern biases, to discern paid vested interests and shit, they just choose whatever the fuck they want to believe emotionally. My feelies want me to feel. My feelies, my tummy wummy says, is where they go. And that's why they're so stupid. Like, and it makes them very, very vulnerable. It makes them vulnerable to propaganda. It makes them vulnerable to become terrorists. It makes them vulnerable to people like Andrew Tate. You know, you can become an incel in that situation. You can become anything hideous. Like, the key to being a good person in the information age is being able to fact check adequately. And fact checking, by the way, is not when you find your favorite YouTuber or you just type into Google, tell me why this thing is wrong. Because Google will throw you any bullshit. That doesn't make the answer true. It just makes it the answer you want to see. Because we have a tiny little lawyer in our heads that will highly scrutinize anything we don't want to believe. Could you give me your sources, please? That doesn't sound quite right. And who told you that? And where did they come from? And how much money did they earn? But if I told you something you wanted to believe, like maybe I'll tell you that a glass of wine a day will extend your lifetime, or chocolate's really good for you, right? Or, you know, something like that. People latch onto those facts without scrutinizing them whatsoever. They're like, chocolate's basically salad. Woohoo! I could eat as much as I want. Science said so. Did you hear? And the science, they never read it. Right? But wine! Woohoo! Someone said it's good for me. Must be true. So the problem is you. You are the first obstacle to the truth. Because usually, the truth isn't pleasant or convenient or entertaining or fun. It's usually long, boring, and inconvenient, and probably tells you all the stuff you don't want to hear. So, the thing is, if you are used to emotional learning, and you're told, don't trust anyone who knows anything about anything, just go with your gut, right? Those people will believe the wildest bullshit imaginable, and defend it to their death, and swear up and down that it's true. You know? That's why in this day and age, where we have people orbiting our planet right now. We have people orbiting our planet right now and they're flat earthers. That happens in an age where people are not taught to fact check. And it makes you vulnerable. It makes you more vulnerable than a child. Because even as a kid, I knew when to call bullshit. When I was a little girl, they tried to inject me with a bunch of stuff so I could go to Africa, and I never ended up going to Africa. My mum went alone. And whilst they were giving me these booster shots, they were worried that I would kick up a fuss or cry. So they said, look up, can you see all the pretty little pictures? What does that one say? And they were trying to get me to look up away from my arm when I wanted to watch the needle go in. I always want to watch the needle go in. And I was like, don't talk to me like I'm a kid. I know you're trying to distract me. Just do the thing. And they laughed. They laughed at me. And I had this thing where when people were surprised and they laughed, I would go, I'm not amused. And they'd laugh even fucking harder because this tiny little thing with a dummy in the mouth would be like, I'm not amused. And they'd laugh even fucking harder. But anyway, even I could call up people on their bullshit when I was a toddler. Okay, you are more vulnerable than a toddler if you don't learn how to fucking fact check. It is the most key and important. You spend all your time in front of a screen right now. The most important thing that you will ever learn in an age where you are consuming more information in a day than your ancestors would in a lifetime is how to tell the difference between the truth and bullshit. And it's going to get harder and harder every day. So the longer you leave it before you attain this skill, the more fucked you're going to be. Because we're watching Facebook moms genuinely believe that cyborg dolphin Jesus has returned to cleanse your sins. Like, this is the problem with today's society, and you're going to be part of it soon. We were laughing at the 57-year-old moms who are falling for it now, but it's going to be you. When you're in your 50s and 60s, you're going to be so out of touch of reality. You're going to be more clueless than a child. Okay? So do it. And don't laugh at me going, haha, you believe scientists like no scientist has ever lied. Do you know how vulnerable you sound? We're not saying all scientists tell the truth. That's not what science is. Like, people can be wrong about anything, okay? Learn how to fucking fact check. Can you unbutton your shirt? Askin' boy. A little situational awareness. I don't know if you noticed. I don't know how you spent this much time looking at my chest and not realized I don't have a single fucking button on my shirt. It's not even a shirt. It's a jacket. And it has no buttons, my dude. Touch some grass. Touch some fucking grass. Dude's living in a fucking sex desert over there. I don't know where you are. It's like you are out there right in the middle of nowhere, so alone. Dying of thirst. What changed your mind to open an Instagram account? Oh, yeah, many years ago, I never wanted an Instagram account. And so many people would be like, yo, what's your Insta? What's your Insta? I used to get that a lot even before I was on the internet even. People would assume I had an Insta and they'd want it. Like, first time I got asked this, I was at the post office and I was like, just minding my business, sending off orders for my online shop, right? Just posting all my boxes. And a man behind me started talking to me and he's like, what's your Insta? You know, we should talk more. I'm like, oh, I don't have an Insta. And he was shocked. Absolutely shocked, right? And the reason why, and I knew this early on, is that people weren't asking because they want to see photos of my lunch and my pets. They're asking because they expect women of a certain age bracket to have like a softcore porn portfolio of pictures of them in bikinis and shit, right? And that's what they're looking for. And when I first arrived on Twitch, I used to get asked, what's your Insta? What's your Insta all the time? And I was like, I don't have an Insta. And they're like, well, every girl on Twitch has an Insta. And I was like, yeah, but I'm not going to take bikini pics. So I'm not putting loads of time and effort into making a massive, disappointing collage for a bunch of gooners to go, oh. Like, then I'd have to try to be a disappointment. You know? Why would I do that to myself or anyone involved? It seemed like a wasted effort. What changed my mind was an absolute thunder cunt. An absolutely deplorable fuckhead of a human being. One of the most awful fucking people I've come across on the internet. Honestly, fuck that guy. I'm still mad. But this specific guy made me make an Instagram. And this guy was pretending to be me and posting clips of my content without my permission and answering people in the comment section as if he was me. But he wasn't me. He's some random creep, right? And the more I learned about him, the creepier he got. But at face value, what immediately pissed me off, right, was that he was reaching out to other content creators, DMing them, and speaking in the comment section of their posts as if he was me. And they thought they were talking to me, and that was first red flag. Second red flag was that there were parents who were like talking in the comment section going, hey, I have a kid with Tourette syndrome. We're thinking about getting meds. Have you ever tried these meds? Should I put my kid on these meds? And he, a man with no fucking Tourette syndrome, was saying, yeah, I've been on those meds for years. They're really great. And firstly, I have really bad Tourette syndrome, so I would be a really bad poster child for, like, that is the worst ad. I am literally the worst ad for Tourette's medication ever. If I've ever been on it, it must be the worst shit imaginable, because I have really severe Tourette's. And a lot of my clips include ticks, right? So if I said, yeah, I've been on that constantly, like that in itself would be a bad advert. But on top of that, he has never tried these meds. But the meds that he was saying he had tried, as me, that I had tried in his fantasy world, cause nerve damage. I know somebody who can't feel his face and doesn't feel it when his girlfriend kisses him because he was put on a trial of that medication when he was young. So him recommending it to parents to put their kids on, pretending to be me, is fucking sickening. And then I had made a new account. I made an Instagram account so I could be like, fuck yeah, I'll have this one verified so people like this can't do it anymore. He turned around and said, hey, can you help me? Someone's pretending to be me. And all my viewers banned my account on his behalf because they thought he was me. So I was like, what the fuck, right? And then I got DMs from a young girl who was under the age of 18. I think she was under the age of 16. And he pretended to be a photographer who had taken pictures of her, but he'd actually just been stealing pictures of her. So this on another account of his, where he showed his real face and everything. And boy, was he cringe. He was the cringiest of cringiest men. He took pictures of himself in bathtubs full of money that was very blatantly fake and shit like this. He was just bleh. And he shared pictures of underage girls who happened to have Tourette syndrome. And was like, yeah, this girl was so sweet. She finally opened up to me. She had Tourette syndrome and like we managed to put her at ease. And I feel like the photos came out really well. Showing pictures of underage girls in bikinis. So like when I traced that account, the fake account of me, to him and his account, his photography account, where he was just stealing other people's photos. He'd never taken any photos in his life. I was like, God, could this man get any cuntier? What a fucking prick. Anyway, dealt with it eventually. Ended up with an Instagram account as a result because I needed one and I needed to verify it, prove my existence in order to kick him off the fucking internet and stop him doing this shit, right? So at first, it was just a way to protect kids, right? Which is weird when you know the reason why I have a bunch of cockroaches. But yeah, in a way, it was because I was trying to protect kids. And then I just had an Insta and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll just post some content here. Now that I'm here, why not? And despite none of it being me in a bikini, it got enough feedback to be worth it. So I was like, you know what? I'll keep going. And here we are. It was a runaway fuck that dude event that just got out of hand. And now I have over 500,000 followers there, which is very unexpected. And thank you very much. And that is the whole ABC of it, essentially. Hey, therapist! Good of you to hop in. Thanks for the 73 month. Self-aware. Thank you. I appreciate the 20 month. Is Anita drinking pee? Listen, my dude, my sense of smell is so sharp, I don't even like knowing that you guys are shakers, not wipers. Like, I'm so sensitive to pee smell that if you have gone to a public restroom and even if you wiped perfectly and didn't spray yourself atrociously, like so many people do, just the fact that you dropped your pants on that sticky floor and then picked them back up again means that they've been dunked in a tiny thin layer of piss anyway, and I can still smell it on you. I have reason to believe, like the weirdest reason to believe that maybe is something to drinking piss, you know. Maybe there is. But I don't care if it's the fountain of youth. If I was the smallest dick person on the planet and was really insecure about it for some reason, I wouldn't drink piss if it gave me a 10-incher in one day. Like, I wouldn't drink piss to save orphans. I could not. It's not for me. But I met this guy one time. I was doing something, I can't remember, some voluntary work. And there was this guy who came up to us all, and he started talking to us. And he looked really good. Like, he was kind of buff. He had glowing skin, right? And he was, we were all like, wow, what's your secret? You look so good. Because he told us his age. And we were like, what? Really? And he was like, look at these pictures of me. And we looked at pictures of him from like a few years before. And he was like, look at my neck. And he had a really wrinkly neck. And he was like, look at these age spots. And he had age spots and crow's feet and wrinkles. And like, he was kind of like, not as in shape as he was the day we saw him, the day we met him, right? So he was like, I was like, wow, that's quite the transformation. How long did that take? And he was like, only a few years. I was like, what did you do? And he's like, I feel like I could be open with you guys because you sound like really open-minded. And I was like, thank you. We're totally open-minded. That's true. And he was like, I drink my own. And I was like, what? And he was like, I drink. And he was like really trying to be discreet about it and not say it too loud. But eventually we made him repeat himself so many times. He just went, I drink piss. I drink piss. And it was like, oh. And I was like, well, it's really working for you, was my response. Like, everyone else went quiet. And I was like, well, it's really working for you. And he was like, yeah. Like, it works so well. And like, looking at him, if everything he said was true, then yeah, I could see he's really making the case. Like, I could believe it. Am I gonna do it? Fuck no. Would I ever? Fuck no. Like, I would rather look 93 when I'm 43 than drink piss and look 43 when I'm 93. I just know. I don't know. I'm open-minded, but not that open-minded, okay? Your body literally doesn't need it. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, logically, when you think about it, you get rid of this shit for a reason. Like, it has all the stuff your body does not want. It clears all the toxins. Like, imagine your bladder and, like, your kidneys. Imagine your kidneys meeting the same piss it just cleaned. And be like, you would get, what the fuck is this doing back here? I just got rid of it! Like, it must feel like, you know, when you dig a hole and someone keeps kicking the dirt back in behind your back? Like, there's a reason we get this stuff out of us. It makes no sense to me that he looked so good. He looked thoroughly fucking good. I have no idea why. It makes no sense. I'm not claiming that this is some universal study. I'm not saying it must be good for you. I'm just saying, when he said it, like, and he showed the photos, I was like, wow, I am flabbergasted. My flabbers were thoroughly blasted. Like, I just couldn't get it. I was like, how is this the thing that fixed you up so good, apparently? Oh, we also drank a lot of aloe vera juice, but he said it gave him the shits. He said it will clear you out, but it's very good for you. Very detoxing. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I believe in detoxing, but whatever the fuck he was doing, it was good. Like, he looked good. He looked fucking Giga Chad. He looked so good. He looked like his own son. In the before pictures versus then, he looked like his own son. It was ridiculous. And he wasn't trying to sell us nothing or either. It's not like he was selling bottled piss or anything. Like, he had nothing to gain from showing us. And yet, this information was completely useless to me because the lengths he went to get it are just beyond the lengths I'm willing, honestly. Well, this has been a horrifying stream so far. I don't know, it's not what I'm going for, but it just seems to be my brand, Nova. I've just come to accept that I'm just here to horrify people. I routinely horrify myself. I sit there and I just glaze over and just remember something so dark out of the blue. Yeah, go ahead and run it. Run it, Martin. Run those donuts.
It sounds like you've had a lot to contend with recently, so we hope you don't worry too much about needing to miss some streams. We understand you have a lot to deal with. And we're happy to wait for you and your streams. It's always worth it.
Thanks, Sonny. That's incredibly sweet. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing good.
If scientists were trustful and not full of it, you'd think they'd be able to prove that the Earth isn't flat instead of lying and saying it's round.
I thought you were banned for that flag thing. What flag thing? Are you thinking of a different human being altogether again? Because people do that. There are some people who spend so much time on Pornhub, for example, that they just think that women are flavors of women. Like every blonde woman is the same blonde woman. Every brunette woman is the same brunette. Like every Asian woman is the same one Asian woman. And like the amount of shit that people are like, is this the girl who... They do that so much with me, and everyone's like, no, what the fuck? Default streamer look. Do I? Have I got a generic factory-baked streamer fucking... Like, is that why people ask if I am AI? Because, like, I always just thought it's because we're in this generation where, like, people are like, I don't even know what's real anymore. And, because, like, the only women that ever hit on them are bots, like, on Facebook and, like, on dating profiles and shit. And they're like, what is real? I don't even know anymore. And it's like, bitch, just, if an insanely hot woman is coming onto you, just assume that isn't real and you've got it. You've just, you'll be fine. That's all that's confusing, is that your dick is overly hopeful. But that's it. Like, the rest is all legit. Overly hopeful dick. Everyone's been prey to it. I don't even have a dick. I've had an overly hopeful dick. You know, everyone has a moment of, who, me? When it's totally, no, they did not mean you. Shut the fuck up. Calm the fuck down. Calm your tits. Calm your everything. No, not you. Okay. Laughed already 3 times this stream, whereas I laughed 0 times this week. Well, Spectrala, I'm assuring you that none of this is intentional. I hate jokes. I'm not trying to make you laugh. I promise you that, so I'm glad. If that's what you're taking away, most people are just like, what? I came in and you're talking about buttholes and I was not ready. I'm halfway through my meal. So, like, I'm glad when that's the review. That is perfect. We need more of you, Spectrala. We really do. I feel like I hold the record for the amount of times I've made someone choke on their tea. Sometimes unintentional. I have Tourette syndrome. I do offer to fist a lot of people's dads. So I get it. But then there is when I just talk normally, people also choke on their tea. I think I should stop giving people the TED Talk on why men are designed to be cucks. I think that's where I'm going wrong at the moment. But I always seem to accidentally fall into another trap where as far as this is concerned. You know? I mean, the cuck talk, okay, I understand it. I get it. Maybe not. But the problem with me is I'll find out, like the coffin juice drinking habit that Victorians had. I'll bring that up. I'll bring it up at the dinner table when we're eating soup and not even make the connection, you know? Just wonder why everyone's putting their spoon down. And, like, I don't know why I have this issue. I think I inherited it from my mom, honestly, because my mom is also very, very inappropriate with her timing and with her empathy for others when relaying stories. Because when I was a little kid, she used to read me things when I was falling asleep. Did she read me pleasant bedtime stories? No, she did not. No, she fucking did not. She would read me things like geology safety like blunders. She would be like, and this is this volcano, and 17 students baked to death in here one time when they didn't outrun a pyroclastic flow. Can you say pyroclastic flow? So yeah, like, and then she'd be like, bye, kiddo. I'm off to Africa to study volcanoes, and I might never be back. But if I am back, and if I live, I'd be like, okay. And she'd be like, good night. You know, so I think I got it from her. And you'd think I would know that maybe it's a bad idea, because I don't think I liked it as a kid. I wasn't like, yay, mom's gonna be crispy one day. Like, and yet, I still inherited this trait. I don't know how this happens. I've become everything I hated. I hoped I would not become this, and here I am. You ever, like, look in the mirror and go, fuck, I became my parents? I do that occasionally. I do, especially during Gothmas. You are created by your experiences. No, your experiences are building blocks. It's your choice what you make of them. I feel like people find it very comforting and absolving to think that everything you experienced is just what you are going to become. Like, that your experiences get to decide for you whether you're a decent person or a piece of shit, right? But actually, no, because there are good people and bad people born from good childhoods and bad childhoods. Like, twins can go through the same childhood and still be different people. And cunts can come from really happy childhoods that were very comfortable. And so can really awful asshole overindulged pieces of shit. Right? I refuse the statement. Abso-fucking-lutely. I know it's very comforting to go, we don't really choose who we are. Our environment. No, it does. We choose our environment. We to a degree. We decide what we're going to do with our lives. We don't get to control the whole world. We don't get to control everything we experience. We only get to control what we do with those experiences. You can build a cunt from them, or you can build a nice person from them, and it's entirely your choice. Yours. Barring, like, brain damage. Barring, like, you know, actual conditions that are out of your control. The experience you are given are tools. You use those tools to build any fucking thing. If you're handed a hammer, you can use it to bash people's brains in, or you can use it to build houses and cool shit, you know? Like, it's your choice. An experience isn't defining. It is just a tool. You decide how defining it is. Yeah, my childhood was great, and I'm still an asshole. There you go. Thanks, therapist. Yay. But what if what we experience and identify as free will is just a product of factors that we currently are unable to measure? Kawaii, then you are just imagining an unproven subset of excuses. At present, we have not measured anything that will perfectly determine who you will be and how you will turn out. Thank fuck, because our government would use that to enslave people immediately. But, like, at present, we know the universe to be far more chaotic and unpredictable than we even first realized, and that no set of chain reactions is inevitable, that there is variance in everything, even the most predictable shit will have unpredictable anomalous behavior just by the very nature of the universe, right? Not because we can't explain it or anything. Like, everyone wants well, there are a lot of people who want the universe to be like A plus B equals C every time. And if you don't get C, you just don't understand it yet, but you will. And when you understand it, you'll find the C. We're finding that there's a chaotic element, that it's a randomizer, right down to the molecular level, no, the atomic level, of like the basis of all matter. There is a randomized aspect to it and its vibrations and the way it moves. So nothing would ever be predictable, no matter how much you understood it. And with that in mind, I don't think you're gonna find that excuse you're looking for. I think that the birth of all meaning in your existence is you add meaning to every action when you understand what you're doing and choose out of the options. So when you understand the world and that you're living in, you understand the different ways that you can affect it, and different paths open up to you. And you stop reacting and you start choosing. And that choice is the meaningful action. So all meaning is from learning. Learning adds all meaning to your life, right? And that is where your agency is born. The more you learn about your circumstance, the more agency you have. It's just born of knowledge. So the meaning of life is to learn. No matter what meaning you give your personal life, that's your choice. But all meaning you will ever have in your life is from learning. Learning is the most reductive, basic level of meaning you can apply to anything, right? So with all of that in mind, stop making excuses. You're creating yourself. Own it and create someone cool. Create someone you're proud of. Create someone you're happy to have looked back on when you die. If you look back on your life and you go, yeah, I make that, I'm pretty happy with that, then you did good. You can only really get there when you identify with your own choices and are empowered by your awareness that you are creating the universe. You are creating this timeline we're living in every time you breathe, every time you fart, every time you move. All the choices you make affects the universe for potentially millions of years after your death. Nothing will be the same because you were here. The more you own that, and the more you intentionally craft who you are and how you in fact affect the world, the more proud of yourself and the more happy with yourself you can be at the end of all this. I don't want to affect the world. It's too fucking late. All the diapers you were ever in as a baby are piled up in landfill right now. Still. That shit takes like thousands of years to rot away. The world is already different because you were here. You don't have a fucking choice, biatch. So just do it for fun. Like, do it good. You're doing it either way. You might as well do it good. Well, that kind of sucks. What the fuck? This is a hopeful talk. When I say this shit, I'm like, and that's why I'm so grateful to be alive. And you're just like, what? What the fuck? What how? How is like the most inspiring aspect of my core philosophy that makes me like, yeah, I'm gonna get out there today and do some shit. And you're like, oh dear God. Like how? Where is your mind based? Where the fuck? How? You remind people of their mortality, damn you. I don't really need reminding. I'm very aware. I mean, I choke on every meal, so I have to try not to die several times a day. Maybe that's where the source of being chill with it is. I don't know. It's gonna happen. Yeah, you're gonna run out of all the people that so like you'll never know when the last time you'll see someone is. Usually people are not aware. It's very rare that you know when you're shaking someone's hand for the last time, or hugging someone for the last time, or hanging out with them for the last time. And by the same token, nobody knows when they're going to be seeing you for the last time either. So, I don't know, like, I think that's kind of cool though, to an extent. Yeah, I mean, not just because I'm very glad that not everyone will last forever. There are definitely some people that I'm glad won't exist forever. Holy shit. But I think it's more than that. I think it's just that people exist for such a brief window of time, and to know them and have experienced them, to have learned from them, to have shared anything with them is like a really rare experience that's unique to just such a tiny subset of people. So like everyone you've ever loved or been mad at or learned from or talked to or engaged with in some way, shape or form, that's a rare and pretty unique privilege, because most of the people who've ever existed will never know this person. When they're dead, most people who've ever existed will never remember this person. So I think the fact that people are finite is kind of beautiful and necessary, because we all need to die. Like, one of the most important things you'll ever do is die. I mean, don't rush it. It's going to happen either way, but like, yeah. If the first ever organism that could live never died, if mortality seems sad to you, just remember that everything that ever lived had to die for us to ever be here. So everything beautiful we've ever made, including space travel, including screens and Twitch accounts and fucking paintings and buildings and all that stuff, that level of complexity exists because the dinosaurs died. Like, most of the creatures that ever lived died out when they didn't suit their environment anymore. And creatures that did suit the new environment are there for the time that that environment is there. When they are obsolete, they give all the stuff they're made of back to the earth so it can be reshuffled into something more suited to the new earth, and the new earth, and the new earth. And so we are made of borrowed parts that we have to give back someday. So don't get embalmed, for fuck's sake. Please, don't make yourself into a little poison parcel for the earth, because you gotta give this shit back so that something even cooler can exist down the line. If the only way to keep living is to upload your consciousness onto some technology in the future, would you do it or choose not to? Charmaine Dioza, I would wait until I had some terminal illness or was dying of old age. And I would upload myself on a specific day, because I would see upload as death. I wouldn't see it as actually transferring myself. Like, it would just be a copy of me that could be copied and deleted, and, you know, the fact that you could duplicate it and things like that proves it's not really me, right? It would be a copy of me. So, like, I would see that as a piece of artwork made as a result of my lived experiences, and that's very beautiful. And the fact that it could outlast me is really cool and worth sacrificing a few years at the end of my old age for, I think. I think I would rather create as my last act a beautiful piece of artwork woven together from 80 to 90 years of experiences than kind of really struggle to exist for my last few years, not really being able to get up to much that I actually enjoyed. So, like, yeah, I think it would be worth sacrificing myself to make that piece of artwork. I think that would be cool. And I feel like it would be a form of reproduction. You know, I would be creating a version of myself that would continue to exist for potentially thousands of years because it doesn't degrade at the same rate that I do. And that would be a more effective way of reproducing than having children, because that's only 50% me. And then when that kid dies, but if they had kids, then the kid that they have is only a quarter me. So, like, the imprint that I create would only degrade over time by comparison to an upload. So I kind of feel like it would be a cool way to reproduce where you preserve more of yourself than by typical biological means. So I think it would be worth sacrificing myself for. I mean, most people would sacrifice themselves for their kids anyway. So, you know, by the same token, to create a digital child from all your life experiences. And I feel like that is more me than my DNA, to be quite honest with you. I didn't choose my DNA, I didn't make my DNA, but I chose and made my identity. You know? So to be able to pass down my identity as a form of reproduction, I wouldn't see it as living on. I'd see it as reproduction. Because you're reproducing yourself. You're not preserving yourself with upload. So I would see it as making my own child, but my child being more, I don't know, like passing on my consciousness rather than passing on my DNA, which I think is more important to me. Like the things that make my eyes brown and like my nose the shape it is and like, I don't know, my neck the height that it is or whatever, it doesn't mean jack shit to me. But the person I chose to be, the lessons I learned, the people I met, the person I crafted is so much more precious. So if I could reproduce through that, I think that would be cooler. I would rather have a kid if having a kid was just uploading. Like that version seems more appealing to me. Even though I'd have to die to make it. I mean, you don't have to die. You actually usually have fun to make a kid, but you have to die to make a upload. So it would be much bigger sacrifice, but I feel like it would be a much more significant form of reproduction. So I think it'd be worth it if I was allowed to live a long life. I mean, fuck, if I was like saving it till I was 80 or something and then I got hit by a bus, that would be unfortunate. There is a chance that, you know, you'd want to have this kind of kid but never get to. But I think I would. And I think I would do it just at the cusp of mental decline. I think like once I start noticing that my mind is going, I'd be like, fuck it. And then I would reproduce it in a way where that person could become experienced and build new memories and stuff and wouldn't decline. They'd just be building from a platform. I would give them a stepping stone, but like my short life compared to how long an upload could live, they could live for like, thousands of years potentially. So they would build so much identity on top of this base code. So like I would just be giving them a small slice, a small step ahead in life. Instead of starting from 0, you start from 83. Fuck yeah. That's so ideal. Good God, the amount of lessons you don't have to go through, the amount of fuck ups you don't have to have from birth. That's kind of cool. You know? But yeah, I wouldn't see that as living on. I'd just see that as reproduction. That's not me, that's my baby. Sounds like a paradox. I don't think so. I don't see anything paradoxical about that. Whoop, whoop. Why would replicating your identity and knowledge into a machine end your original life, though? Because someone was saying, like in Pantheon, and in Pantheon, you have to download, you have to like vaporize a brain slice by slice whilst the human is still alive and conscious until they are dead and their skull is empty in order to transfer all of the brain data into the machine. So, like, if we were talking about Pantheon level fucking upload, then yeah, you would have to die to create that copy, but it could only be a copy because you are not just your brain, you are not just the conscious electrical signals that you have, you are also your nervous system, and your body makes decisions and has biases and stores experiences. So unless upload was an entire upload of all of those signals and all of those organs, and even then it would just be a replication of them. It wouldn't actually be those organs. And they are an intrinsic aspect of you and how you behave and what you believe and all those things. So like your concept of self lives in the brain, but your entire identity lives in all of your body. There are even traits of yours that come from your DNA that are predictable before you're even born. So like there is so much more to you and how you live and what you do than just your brain. So there is no real upload, and a bunch of ones and zeros copying how you would behave in a situation is not actually you. So in a lot of these circumstances, a lot of people's concept of upload is death. And if you could be uploaded, if your consciousness and memories and things could be uploaded without killing you, then it's still not you, because you could continue living in your body and be oblivious to the fact that there was a copy of you. Right? So it wouldn't be a transfer of any kind. So yeah, I'm not entirely convinced that we have a good way in any way, shape or form of transferring. We have an idea of how we might in the future copy, but not transfer. So it's not really living on forever, it's reproduction. And it's the vainest kind of reproduction too. Because when you have a kid, you're passing on a piece of you, right? And you can give them some of your experience and some of your ideas and stuff, but they have free wills. They won't necessarily adopt all of it. And this means that they are a person unto themselves. They're not really an extension of you or a copy of you or a reflection of you. Like, you shouldn't be proud or ashamed depending on who they become, because it's not really your choice. You don't really get to decide who your child is. So like, an upload would be a form of reproduction, not a form of eternal life, but it would also be the closest way to make your offspring a reflection of yourself. Yeah, you would not be living on, you'd be breeding. You'd be breeding. I mean, yes, but you can try to teach them and try to guide them to become a good person, right? Yeah, you can, but that still doesn't mean they're going to be a good person. Like, they're still not a reflection of you, because no matter what you teach them, it's still their choice whether or not they listen, whether or not they care. I knew someone who was like a really staunch vegan, who was like really anti-medicine, anti-capitalism, anti-everything. She was like really, really hippie-ish. She ate organic plants, and she lived in like she lived a very specific lifestyle, right? She smelled like incense and patchouli, and, you know, she dyed her hair with henna. And her son grew up to be, despite all her influence, despite all her educating, grew up to be a meat-eating army guy who doesn't have any contact with her anymore and hates her guts. Okay? So you can teach as much as you fucking like, but it's still their choice. And at the end of the day, no matter how convincing you are, no matter how good you are, no matter how kind you are, no matter how moral you are according to your own personal code, people still have a choice. You could be religious and your children might not be, no matter how much you raise them in your world. You could be atheist and they might still find God. You could be a meat eater, they might turn vegan. You might be a vegan, they might turn meat eater. You have no fucking choice. It's their life. You can try to influence them with your personal morals and your personal beliefs, but at the end of the day, it isn't your choice who they turn out to be. Parenting is not about guiding who they are. It's about literally keeping them alive long enough to find out who they are. You find out, you don't decide. And you all, deep down, know it. It's one of those weird, fearful things about being a parent. You put a lot of sacrifices and stuff. You hurt yourself. You hurt your finances. You put a lot of time, effort, and well-being into creating a whole new person. And a lot of people want to believe you'll get to choose whether or not they are kind or loving or strong or like you. You don't. It's a randomizer. It's complete RNG. Complete fucking RNG. Like, a mother raised Andrew Tate. A woman tore herself apart and risks dying in childbirth to make a man who taught millions of men to hate women. Let that be a lesson to everyone. You don't get to choose who your kids are because no mother would choose to have Andrew Tate. No mother would choose to have any incel. Imagine risking your life to create an incel. I'd be so devastated. I genuinely would. What a depressing lesson that is, Monkers. I kind of feel like you just have to be at peace with chaos. Like, if you throw out people into this world, you kind of have to be prepared for the fact that you might not like who they grow up to be. In fact, press 1 if you grew up to be something different to what your parents expected. That you know there was some element of something that they were hoping you would have and you don't have it. Maybe they hope that you would pick up the family trade, or that you'd be good at piano, or that you would be really good at school, or that, you know, you'd be more masculine or feminine, or, you know, like, we all have things about us that our parents probably weren't expecting or probably wouldn't have wanted. We are all living proof that you don't get to decide who your kids are. You just don't. Oh, is it treats o'clock? Thanks for reminding me, guys. I'll go do that. Let's see. Where's the thing? There we go. Wait. Oh, okay. That's my bee. Should be fixed now. There we go. Alright, I got to treats o'clock and then we watch videos together. You ready? Let's go. happy little guy. He's so cute. His back is healing now, so I'm going to give him back his castle very soon. Because I think he misses it. He likes hiding in there from the sun, because bunnies like sleeping till about midday. Or from about midday till about 4 or 5 is about bunny sleeping time. So he likes to hide from the light. And I try to keep their rooms. I bought really expensive light blocking curtains and stuff to try and reduce the light in their rooms. To try and create like a nice dark space. But they still hide in the darkest corners of like their castles during sleepy time. You guys are ready for videos though? Now that we've talked about all those beautifully uplifting topics, am I right? Am I right, chat? Dick. There we go. Oh, thanks, Mega Man. I appreciate it, hun. I tell you what, the Victorians would love that cake, honestly. Oh my god, this doesn't feel like 1 minute. Ah, yeah, how do they expect that to go? Chickenpocalypse. Why would you though? Why would you convince your bestie to peg people? Like, if you had a lady friend who was a bit of a gremlin, why would you? Why not? Because you're not the one getting pegged. Why is it any of your business? Like, why? What's wrong? I don't understand. What am I missing? Oh, was that just hot? This is so degrading. Why are you going in for seconds? Is it funny that I did not expect them to like potentially be fabulous or gay guys in any way respect whatsoever? This game seems like straight guy activities. Like most of the videos I've seen where a bunch of guys get up to this stuff, they're always quote unquote straight guys. They're usually like fucking frat boys. Like this is it does. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Look at the fingernails. What the fuck? I guess that's a work of art. It's kind of cool. My next question is, why does that, like, transformer need such a big cod piece, though? Like, You're a machine. This is not how baby machines are made. There is nothing to hide under there. Why does it need such an unnecessarily large codpiece? Like, this is how you know humans designed it. When the robots make other robots, the codpiece will be obsolete. Well, I'm very happy to not be there, I guess. Bros meet, authentic Indian and Hakka Kosi. Is that what that says? I feel like nobody in that audience believed him. Like, nobody. Listen again. The response changed so much. It was so unanimous when he was like, have you ever tried to wear 6-inch heels? And everyone was like, yes. And the minute he said, well, I haven't, the tone completely switched up. I feel like I could hear everyone in the audience pulling his face. Everyone. What? What was so hot had me screaming like a puppy. The guys posted. I genuinely read the end part and thought there genuinely was a puppy. I didn't know there wasn't one. Oh. This is beautiful. Poor kid. No soliciting. What did it say? That's a happy looking dog. Violators will be sacrificed to the old gods, not the new. Oh, wait, what did the doorbell say? The doormat said something. Hang on. It's not a whorehouse. It's a whore home. The fact that they took a picture of it is great. What happened to him? This is a reasonable reaction to having a spider in. Where was the spider? There was no fucking spider. Were you trolling him? Oh. Oh. Well, I hope he survived. Holy shit. She was scared too. Why did he run towards her? That's unforgivable. No! Oh! It's on the shoulder here. Did you see that? It like touches his neck. Did you see it? Did you see it, chat? I'll pause it so you can see. Oh, he looks so violated. Poor guy. So it's on this shoulder. Hang on. See it there, little guy. Probably a girl. And then it comes over the shoulder, and I presume it's here at this point. And then it starts going on the neck. I guess it's too blurry at this point to see, but I swear I saw it go up the neck. I feel like it curves in this direction. What was even happening in there? What was the blooper? I crushed this one between my thighs. What is that? Oh, wow. She looks like she's been corseting for a little too long. How the fuck is that even got any relevant organs attached? Like, she looks like she's been run over in a cartoon. I don't know if you can hear though. Can you hear the sounds? Yeah, it's kind of cute. This is fascinating. I'm really happy that this person recorded it and shared it rather than like squishing her. Oh my god! They just lost. Did they just lose a passenger and they're just carrying on like nothing happened? We'll never know what they're called. What if I wanted to buy one? Nobody wants to go in the room. Oh! Oh. Bread is my brother gay. It took me so many times of reading this to understand that sentence. I've been reading it over and over again this whole time and been confused this entire time. I was trying. My brain was really, really trying. Oh, it looks like the brother might be gay. Maybe just a little bit gay. Maybe bi. Leaning yes and no. You know, why not both? No, he's gay. I'm gonna shut my mouth. I often think about this Walmart employee who spilled all of his vegetables right in front of the Google Street View car. Oh. Oh my fucking god, my heart dropped. I thought that Thumbelina had a massive gash in her butt. I thought that there was like a massive injury here. I was like, dear god. This is so cute. No. A whole one? I'm not gonna lie, she looks like she's already had a whole one to herself, to be fair. She looks like she didn't chew the last one. But yeah, she's had a lot of avocado. But you know, successful animals in the wild, they get big, you know? She's just a very successful squirrel. It's very true. It's very fucking true. It's undeniably true. That's actually really, really smart. I guess the secret ingredient for keeping cats hydrated is crime. Oh my god, he's heard that one too many times. Poor guy. Poor guy. Yep. What? No. I have no idea what just happened, but I'm glad he's happy about it. How is there not smoke coming out of the trumpet? Like, genuinely, the deep inhales. How on earth? Fuck you, mods. Fuck you. Like, why? Why do you have to come at me like that? Why do you have to make it so fucking personal? I was wondering, actually, earlier while I was playing Marvel Rivals, if any of you noticed that happening last stream. And now we know the answer, I guess. I thought this was a scene from a zombie movie. I guess that's what happens when you get big, strong doggies, huh? That was intentional. You couldn't convince me otherwise. Yeah, I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. Like, some of my dreams are so cool. I was leaking is diabolical. Oh my god. Thank you. Is this boyfriend ASMR? This is great. This is everything a woman wants to hear, I swear. Genuinely. Where's my Catboy Man tantrum? Like, who's crying on the behalf of my womb? I was like, wait a minute, didn't we already do the NASCAM thing? Wait, what was the, I missed everything about this. Who wants a strawberry slushie? Wait, is that from the tap? Honestly though, relatable. Girls can kick boys in the nuts day, exactly as it says. You girls can do this on the 24th of March. That is terrifying. I guess on the 23rd of March, we need to be handing out jock straps now. What the fuck? Someone's gonna make a killing. This is terrifying. I don't even have nuts, and I'm hiding them. Yeah, I'd stay home too, Gaz. Why is this so scary? No, it hasn't. Holy shit. Why did anyone think about that? Oh no, he looks like he's fighting to stay conscious. Wait, did he lose a tooth? I was literally gonna say, did he have all of his teeth at the start? I swear he had all of his teeth at the start. But I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to be mean in case I was wrong. There he goes! Oh, that's what that face was. He's like, damn, I lost it. Imagine getting taken out by a fucking fake tooth, an airborne one. That must be flying like a bullet. Aww. That's fair enough. That's so evil. Oh my god. Oh wow. That's such a good impression. Oh, holy shit! Free fucking vasectomy! Pablum, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Wow. He's like, all these seeds are taken, bro. What? Wait, how? legit thought that that was that cat's butt. Like, I thought the cat was walking away and looking over their shoulder. Now that's a talent, holy shit. 6% of Americans believe they can defeat a grizzly bear in hand-to-hand combat. What the fuck? Who submitted this? Who made this? How does that even happen, honestly? So unimpressed. Oh, the little feetsies. Oh my god, that guy's so mean. Oh. You need to tuck that away a bit faster, I think. Oh my god. Please, just tuck it away. No, come on. This is... No, don't let him! Why are you letting him? Why is the owner letting him? Hackham, please! Why can't you get it in? Oh my god. That was beautiful. What? Yeah, sometimes authors write as if they've never seen an actual human interaction in their lives. It's true. It's crazy that there's like... Oh, they have tiny little brains and hearts and thoughts and feelings. Like, there's thoughts happening in that tiny little head somehow. Isn't that insane? Oh my god, this is bad. It's bad, yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's a reasonable reaction, to be fair. I don't think they're supposed to have sweet corn in them. I'm no expert. I've never had a sausage, but no. It's crazy that that could actually work. I thought that looks more like mustard, though, to be fair. The control is impressive. Like, the fact that none of it's escaping the bowl is just top tier. But that, what? What are you even on? No. I need to... Are you on top of the fridge? Are we looking up a fridge? That's great. That's such a beautiful head. Great choice of song. Thanks, Paul. Amazing. Oh my god. That is not love. He kept a hold of the fucking camera, didn't stop recording, kept her in view the whole time, zero concern. That thing had teeth. I am sorry. That is not love. That is not love! Descended from wolves, everyone. Descended from fucking wolves. Like, if you could time travel back to your ancestors, the cats would be like, yeah, do it. They're great. And the dogs would be like, don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. Don't go and spend time in the human house. You don't see what they do to us. That was so smooth. How are all these moves so smooth? That was actually impressive. Ugh. Bitch. No! 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 How the fuck? Wow. Looks like a fucking Tyranid homeworld in there. Wow. And the back too. This is beautiful. Yeah. Imagine getting pulled over. Squishy Squid, thank you so much. Huh. Wow. Speed Freak, thank you so much for the year prime. It does. Wait, am I a creep? Because, like, I literally just walk around in the street in my Udi. With my hands like this. Because the Udi feels weird. And I like weed my garden and run my bunnies and pick up my mail and... To be fair, I could see it that way, or I could just see it as... I could be like, am I creepy enough? I mean, if I'm gonna be a spectacle, I might as well be a fun spectacle. Maybe I need to get a badly drawn mask. Holy shit. What am I supposed to buy? Oh my god. And people are supposed to come away from the advert not needing therapy, not needing like the fucking Men in Black mind wipey thing, just wanting a spa day? Who thought of this? That's a diabolical use of free will, if that's real. Holy shit. That's so crumbly. How is he not sliding off? I have no idea what you're saying, dude. For all I know, that could be like a live stream or something where he's like, help me, could you send the emergency services or something? Or he could be there intentionally. Like, I have no idea. Wait, that's really fucking high. Is that real? Where did all the spikes go? Holy shit. Why did it do that? What was the... It looks like a penis dressed as a pasta in his hand. Whoa. That is a jiggly tart. Fucking hell. I thought that said nipple. Listen, to this stream I brought this drinking vessel, and this drinking vessel. I do need a brief bio break, so we are just going to take a quick pause. Just a tiny little pause. I will be right back. Terribly sorry. We'll be fast. I promise. I promise. Okay. Now we can find out what's in that handbag.
Aquaman.
And I'm back. I'm sorry. Wait, how are there more of you since I left? Would more of you watch this stream if I wasn't in it? I love her coat. Everyone's so interested. Everyone's so fucking interested in what's in her fucking bag. She's got so much shit. I'm genuinely impressed. I can't wait to see. Like, I hope they actually show the bag. Because I have no idea how all this shit fit in the bag. Can you see in the background here? These people trying to get a good look. Like, really trying. Peering through that gap. Don't have any children. That's incredible. Holy shit! How? That's impressive. Pick up your bike. Shouldn't be driving. Oh shit! Oh my god. If only he'd left the bike there. Could have saved him. No! Why? She's mean. He's trying to get that bag and she's not having it. She is not having it. Thanks, Anthrax. What the fuck? How? Oh my god. Wait, did he make his bed and then not even sleep in it? Fucking origamiing that blanket and then just not even sleeping on it? Wait, I can't tell how he feels about this. I don't know if he just like suddenly feels very unsafe or if he's imagining it or if he's like... How does he feel about this? I can't tell. I mean, it went from idle curiosity. I don't know what expression this is, though. I've never seen this expression. What is this expression? Like, he's sucking his teeth. Like, I saw a smile there, like a small... But it didn't seem... It seemed like a chinny smile. It didn't seem like a happy smile. You know, happy smiles don't have so much chin in them. And then he starts sucking his teeth, and usually sucking his teeth... Like, teeth sucking is like a concern or like a doubt or a... Like, people don't suck their teeth under happy conditions. There's a slight disassociation happening here. I don't think he's with us anymore. Where is he? What is that expression? Is that I don't think that's a happy smirk. That's so scary. That's so sweet. If it were me, I'd still give it to them. I'd leave a note saying, I made you the letter M. I hope you enjoy it. But, like, with no further explanation than that. But I would still give it to them. I would. Holy shit, it's like a stained glass window, though. It's kind of cool. I kind of... You know when you try something weird and really outlandish, like a biscuit with mayonnaise on it or some shit, and you do it just to be silly, and it actually is kind of good? I'm getting... It's giving that kind of vibe. I feel like it shouldn't be cool. It's kind of cool though. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because I have like a particular fondness right now for particularly fanny PCs, but I don't like it. I gotta do. It sounds like a plane taking off though. When your house burns down and this is the only thing that survives the fire? No. Imagine stepping on that as you walk in. Holy shit, that really is a burned down house. No, there were fish. Oh my god. No. Oh, that's ruined my day. I gotta feel bad for men because, like, women don't have to feel this much shame when they jerk off. Generally speaking, like, it's some, like, beautiful experience where you connect with yourself. Like, I don't have any post-nut clarity or anything. Like, I don't jerk off to things I'm ashamed of. Like, I don't know. Like, but it's like, it's good for us. Like, it's not detrimental in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I don't mean to brag, but like if you just jerked off to stuff that wasn't like monkas, maybe you could like not have to listen to Vegeta so often is all I'm saying. Legit sounds like a torture method. Like I would serve that to somebody I was trying to get information out of. Like I don't see anyone genuinely voluntarily consuming that. What the fuck? The Rachalata Cafe? That's so cute. Cute little baby. Having the time of their life. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. Never take that kid to Vegas. When he's grown up, just pretend Vegas isn't a country. Pretend it's made up like Never Never Land. Spider was having none of it. I love that. I think I spotted. Does the door have a gap under it? Hang on. It does! It fucking does! Look at that door gap. Look how big that door gap is. That spider's totally going under that gap. Why would you close yourself in? Also, why do people do this? Why do people stamp on the spot like it's useful? Like, I've seen so many humans, even in real life, like stamp on the spot, like when you startle them or when they're angry or when they're happy. Like, people do legit do. What was this achieving? Why do people do this? What even is that food? Does anyone know? Is it called Appletana? Is it apple? Whatever it is, the recoil on it is fucking lethal. Wait, what happened to them? At least they can go to the adoption agency together. Holy fuck! What about... What? Well, I guess it makes their job easy for them. You know, good for him, you know? No, you're supposed to say, yes, girl, slay! You know, applaud, give them like, yes, girl! You get that angle! With the fucking boba? Oh my god. My dreams when I hit the snooze button for no reason. Yep. You know when you have those dreams where you're only asleep for 15 extra minutes, but it feels like you were dreaming for 8 days and like all of them are that weird? Why do you only have one leg? No, wait, did that say what I think it said? I can't eat without YouTube on. Oh, if I ever get pregnant with ADHD, I know what to do, I guess. The finger. And they still hit this shot? I would have failed. That cat is locked in. Oh my god, that's so good! I'd be so proud of my cat. That's so good. Oh my god. Is that the boiler? No, stop doing that below the fucking boiler! Don't boilers use gas? Holy fuck! Did they live? Ah! That is genuinely horrifying. Buying a home without inspection, what could go? Holy fuck! How is he holding on to it with his raw hands? Isn't all of it metal? Like, how is that not zap-a-lapping him? How does the world work? Like, everything about this upsets my idea of physics. That's a big old french fry. Did one of its teeth fall out? That was concerning. Like, he's talking, there's nothing on his lip at the start. And then that happens. Did he get so angry he spat out one of his teeth? I can see why that guy doesn't want to play games with him. Shut the fuck up. Fucking break up already. First reaction to a G-chat? No fucking way! The look of concern! Oh my god. Wait, is this the same video but reversed? Well, at least we've seen it from both perspectives. Wait, that was a really good impression. Oh my god, that's so good. Don't talk to me about preventative Botox when I'm trying to develop the perfect judgment wrinkle for when my child brings a robot home for dinner in 2043. Yep. Wait, though. Is she gonna get cancelled for, like, robot racism in, like, the year 2043, though? Like, you know how retroactively we realized that something was a pretty regressive reaction? Do you reckon she's gonna get, like, fired from her job or something for being prejudiced when, like, AI achieves sentience? Robots don't eat? That's a good point. We're worrying about a whole scenario that ain't gonna happen. My bad. Oh my god. No! 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 Who the fuck made that? I have to see it again, I'm sorry. The second I saw that, I was like, that is that isn't Atreyu's horse, is it? Is the horse Atreyu? Or is the guy who owns the horse Atreyu? I don't even fucking care at this point. Like, I still have nightmares about that scene. Atreyu is the guy? Okay. Fucking hell. Yeah, I feel like that was hands down the most horrific thing I've ever seen in a children's show in my life. Like, nothing upset me more as a kid. Artax was the horse? Why do you have to tell me his name? Wait, what did he say? Oh my god, that is genuinely evil. Wow. I liked the menacing honk, but like, this car is legit very, very cool though. I like the hand sticker. I wonder what that's from. But this is very artfully put together too. Like, it's not just like that they're stuck on. They're stuck on so beautifully. I love it. You hard disagree? You don't think this car is cool? Well, fuck you then. I quite like it. If I could drive, I would love a car like this, actually. I mean, I wouldn't do any crimes in it because it's very memorable, but it's very, very cool. Well, this is an interesting video. What? Why is the Earth very frequently disturbed around it, though? Like, that's my second question. It's like, why is... What do I... It's almost... I can't think of an explanation as to why there's a massive circle around it, as if the Earth is constantly disturbed there. Because, like, if it was something like geese walking around it over and over, it would still have grass and undisturbed bit pressed directly underneath and around the base of the fucking statue. Is it like a pet grave? Is it like a dog who was buried? A dog called Toy? I hope. I really fucking hope. Why does the urn look like it's upside down? Like, why is there an upside down urn? Everything about that is really fucking odd. He's got good reactions. Oh. Oh my god. You can tell who's fight and who's flight, and that person was definitely fight. Holy shit, like the backswing on that was really good. That would genuinely take someone the fuck out. Look at that. Bang! So good. You too! That fucking good reactions! He's pulling it for 3 times. Oh my god! Oh! Drink straight over the He yeeted himself. This is great. Oh my god, that's great though. The mom instincts. Grab the baby so fast. That's amazing. one time, like, a spider crawled across my face while I was sleeping as a toddler. My mom just backed out of the entire room and just closed the door and was like, oh, I guess that's your baby now. You know? She was so fine with this decision. She told me about it as an adult. So, like, but the fact that the minute she was scared, she immediately grabbed her baby, hands down. Great mom. Well done. My mom should take fucking notes. Wait. Can you see the friend being like, hang on a minute, maybe don't take drinks from random men on the street? And she's like, oh, hey, a drink. Oh my god. I love that person's energy. What? Why is he making it weird? They're all like, may love like this never find me. I've never made a portal before, so it's so interesting seeing that perspective. Noted. Why did you hold your hand out for it then? Oh! But at least it's not Minya. Oh my god. This is the kind of situation where, like, someone who doesn't actually work there just spills their leftover food on the table and pretends to be staff. Like, there is no way I would genuinely believe that a staff member did this. I'd be bringing the manager over like, so this happened. Do we still have to pay? Damn. Yeah, bitch. Right? When I used to do workout, I did a workout for a very brief time on stream. I was like, fuck it, it's accountability. People are expecting me to work out on Thursday at this specific time. Now I'm gonna have to keep to it. Now I'm not gonna have to skip. I'm gonna remember every single workout. And the first fucking day I started doing workouts on stream, I get sent a video of someone watching it and jerking off into a hot dog bun. Oh my god! But aside from that, right, there were so many guys I knew for a fact. Some of you send selfies. Some of you forget you've posted selfies in my Discord server. I know what you look like. And there are people who let me just say, I don't think they've worked out a day in their life. And they're like, bad form, bad form, bad form. It's like a fucking kink. It's like a fucking kink. Happens to me every time. Supposed to just tussle it out. No, it's fine. It's fine. Just tussle it out. No, don't leave it like that. It's okay. It's only no. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. Could you imagine if she was getting ready for work and she didn't know? You just do this with it and it just like turns into curls and she just went the whole fucking way with it looking like that. Wait, there was an apple? I only saw the bunny butt. I was like, oh, look at the bunny. Where's the apple? Oh, there it is. She went in for a hug as well. Nope. Wow. So, do you need any, like, qualifications to join? Or can you just, like, is oil the only qualification you need? Because... I'm gonna at very least need a ticket to the next one. I'm just saying. What did this say? I hesitate to realize. Oh my god. Wow. I'm gonna buy 15 teeth brushes just in case. Like, if I ever get a partner and like, you forgot my birthday, I'll be like, bitch, observe, I forget everything, okay? Like, just be thankful I can't order 15 of you on Amazon. No, I'll have to use that one. Why does his chin have balls? What did you say? Hang on. and yet she's still posting it. She's like, Thank fuck nobody saw that. She sounds like if you grabbed a turkey, don't do this, but if you grabbed a turkey and swung them around really fast, I'd imagine they'd sound like this. Like, I don't know why that's... I know it's a really specific example, but I swear... What a kitty. Holy shit. Is that a manhole cover? Don't they weigh a lot? Why is the gas green? Holy shit. Are those lychees? Wow. Oh, he's gonna be big when he's grown. He looks young. He looks like a baby Flemish giant. That looks like a baby Flemish giant. So like he's the size of like a very large rabbit, average size rabbit, like a normal rabbit. Like he looks like a large one of those, but he gives off baby vibes. Like the skin, the fur, the demeanor gives baby. So judging by the giant ears, I think that's a Flemish giant. I think that's gonna be a dog-sized rabbit someday. Look at that tail as well. He's gonna grow into that tail one day. Oh. Amazing. Hopefully they lived. Whoops. That's such a polite notice for how much damage they've done. Early Batman was so much gayer than I remember. Wow, that was a very efficient exchange. You're so cute. Your mom is lucky you were inside her. I thought I read that wrong. I genuinely did. Yeah. What? How many people did they think comparing it to a turtle dick would convince to be eating them? Like, who stood in a boardroom and was like, you know what would make these more appetizing? And like, how was there enough people in a boardroom who listened to this pitch who went, you know what? Yeah, I would totally eat pickles if they were compared to a turtle dick. Like, now that you've made the comparison, I could do with a pickle right fucking now. How? How did this pass the boardroom? How did this pass the pitch? The pitch even. He turned into a croissant. That's good. Oh my god! Well, I'm glad they asked the internet before they had offspring, right? Yeah. These are the kinds of questions you clarify before you have the offspring. Best time to ask. It's kind of cool though. Why do I like this? That's amazing. It's pretty impressive. I'm gonna say it now. If you ask anyone who works at this kind of establishment, this is prime location, is all I'm gonna say. Like, just get to know anyone who works in one of these, and they'll tell you, this is where the business is at. Kyle, thank you so much. Wait, what happened? Well, hopefully that's not a hospital. That was horrifying. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that. Thanks. I appreciate that, Sonny. How deep is he gonna go? I can't believe that worked. I was so expecting that not to work. Oh, it didn't. Okay. I do know the internet then. Holy shit. Thanks, Weezy. Wow, that's a bouncy kid. That doesn't look real, I'll be honest. That's so weird. That kind of shit always happens when you try to be quiet, though. Holy shit. Ooh. Hang on, did I turn the music back on? I did, I'm sorry. There we go. What the fuck? Well, hopefully that's not asbestos. Love you. What was that supposed to even be? The fuck was that? Was that her boobie filler thing? Or was that ham? It was her boobie filler thing. Now she's gonna have one big titty. Wow, that went way better than I expected. Wow, skills! Wow. Divorce. Why was that scary? Wait. What were they up to? They were so close together. I still don't know. Oh, they were praying? Oh, that's cool. Tiny Fruggle. Only if you have good doors, I guess. I don't know where I was expecting that to go, but that was not it. That was kind of smooth, though, to be fair. Ooh, that made such a hollow sound. Well, hopefully that was a replica. Yeah. That was so smooth. That one's perfectly executed. How do you forget? How do you forget you hadn't opened it yet? How the fuck does that happen? My ex had one of those tables and it just smashed on its own one day. Like he used to game on it and play computer games and stuff. And one day, we were eating downstairs and we just heard and we went up and for no reason, everything that was on it and had been on it for years just fell through it all of a sudden. How the fuck does the reverse happen? How the fuck didn't that smash? What a chubby little piggle. What a cutie. Pigs are smart. Pigs are very, very smart. They're very similar to people. Like, well, they are people, but they're very similar to humans. You know what I mean? Like, people don't realize how similar they are. It's kind of strange. Nobody loves you. Nobody loves you. Nobody loves you. Go die in a fire. So that was the videos. Thank you so much for watching. Those were good videos. I think the mods did a really good job. Absolutely. You know what's crazy? Like, it takes hundreds of videos when people pick ones that are that short. I think there were like 200 plus videos submitted. And that was like a very short period of time comparatively. They're really, really good. I think the mods are very good at what they do, so thank you. Except, why is there always a NASCAM compilation? Like, why is that? Like, I feel like you could be enjoying that on your own time, mods. Like, we don't need to see every single NASCAM compilation. Are you real Anita? I am a Anita. I can't claim that I am the only real Anita, but I'm definitely an Anita. I am one of them. Are you sweet? Probably depends on where you're... Yes. Yes, I am a very nice person. Yes. Wouldn't harm a fly. No, not a fly. Absolutely not. Hey, Lauren, thank you so much for the 17-month. I appreciate it, hun. What about mosquitoes at night? Yeah, I don't hurt mosquitoes because I am sane and reasonable. Like, I don't hurt mosquitoes. They're pretty decent, to be fair. only a tiny percentage of mosquitoes actually harm humans, which is probably a lower percentage than of humans that harm humans, if I'm honest. So, and it's very, very easy to remove a mosquito without harming a mosquito. Most, like, only females of a specific species ever harm humans. Most of the mosquitoes that you encounter are probably not the kind that would ever even touch you because, ew. Like, even cockroaches clean themselves when they've touched humans because humans are so gross. So, like, yeah, the majority of mosquitoes wouldn't ever even think to drink you. A lot of people don't know that, but they should. Mwah! Okay, let's rate this person. Be super nice to them and ask to see their bunny, okay? In the meantime, hopefully I will be around on Monday. I am dealing with a lot of chaos in life right now, so I have had trouble making it onto stream, but it's been a pleasure to be here, and I'm glad that I could hang out with you today. It's been the first time I've had a little glass of wine in a very long time, and I'm glad I got to enjoy it with you. So, be good, be responsible, and I will see you later, okay? And in the meantime, try to take good care of yourself, try to get a good night's sleep, try to do something good for you. Try to go for a walk if you can. Get some exercise. Say hello to a friend. Call somebody you haven't spoke to in ages and tell them how awesome they are and why you appreciate them. And I will see you on Monday, okay? Bye.